There's something addictive about adventure riding. The further you travel from civilization, the less important a destination becomes. A mountain pass, a river crossing, a track that slowly stops feeling like a road at all. Because adventure has never really been about where you end up. It's about everything that happens getting there. Victoria's high country is one of those places, a place of endless ridgelines, forgotten tracks, and terrain that reward those willing to explore it. So when I was invited to join a 4-day motorcycle adventure tour and capture the journey on film, my answer was easy. 4 days, over 1,000 kilometers, a group of riders heading deep into the mountain. The plan was simple: ride, film, and discover what the high country had waiting. Every adventure begins with a few simple things: a group of people, a collection of machines, and a route that looks simple when it's drawn on a map. But the reality usually sits somewhere beyond that, because the map doesn't really tell you about the steep climb. It doesn't tell you about the views waiting around the next corner. And it definitely doesn't tell you about the moments you'll remember long after the ride is over. Over the next 4 days, we'd follow a route through some of Victoria's best riding country. Our nights would be spent in 3 mountain towns: Mansfield, Bright, and Dargo. The rest would be decided by the road. Leading the way was James, the person responsible for finding the trail ahead. Following behind was Drew, James's partner in crime, and our sweet rider, the person whose job is making sure that nobody becomes a permanent part of the scenery. And keeping everything moving in the background was Gil in the support vehicle, carrying the tools, equipment, and the things you hope stay packed away. Together, this was our crew. Joining me was my mate Lionel. He was here to capture the moments between the moments. The photos nobody sees until the adventure is already over. He'd be riding my DRZ, while I chased the story with my cameras on the 450 MT. There's always a moment before an adventure begins, before the first corner, before the first track. When the journey only exists as a line on a map. Then the key turns, the first gear clicks into place, and suddenly, the plan becomes reality. The first few kilometers of any adventure are deceptive. The road is smooth. The pace is comfortable. Everything feels predictable. That moment where the bitumen starts running out and the road you've been waiting for finally begins. The mountains were ahead, and we were ready to leave the easy road behind. The high country doesn't reveal itself all at once. It gives you small glimpses, a gap in the tree, a valley opening below, a ridgeline appearing as you reach the top of a climb. The reward isn't arriving somewhere, it's the feeling that comes from getting there. Because out here, the road is rarely just a way to get somewhere. The road is the reason you came.
Yeah, so far the shoot's going pretty well. There's a few shots I still want to get, but them closer and drifting around corners. But overall, it is quite nice and quite relaxed. To be honest, I've been stressing about this for a little while now, and especially that it was pushed back just made things a little more complicated. But it's good, we're out and we're filming. I'm really enjoying the Enduro backpack. After I added the molly pouches around, it's so comfortable. It was a little too cramped last time, very hard to sort of pull gear in and out. But now this is good. This setup's pretty special for the next few days with the filming I have to do. I'm carrying a little bit more gear than usual. So hopefully next time I use the bag, it'll be a bit lighter. Well, it's not too bad. I think after 4 days, it's definitely gonna get pretty heavy. The rest of the group's pretty far ahead. I had to stop the film. I should be catching up with them fairly soon.
After a morning following trails and mountain views, we regrouped. A quick stop for fuel, share stories, and give everyone a chance to reset.
How the fuck do you turn the radio off in a car though? Lionel, how do you turn the radio off on a car though? It goes down, then it flattens out before it goes up. We'll stop there, get ready to shoot them coming down, and then at the very bottom, we'll stop again. There you go. Up you, Hawthorne Hill.
Every adventure has a moment where the scenery takes a back seat. A section of trails that pull your attention away from the view and back onto the front wheel. The kind of track where conversation stops, where every rider becomes a little more focused.
Careful your line, man. Woo-hoo.
yet. Don't bin it, don't bin it, don't bin it. Holy shit! Too fast. Just about the same. Holy dude, my boots are like full. Yeah, they are, but it went into the pan.
That's the word.
And you could say, oh,
I thought it was years ago, not recently, was it?
no.
The high country is filled with reminders that people have traveled these mountains long before motorcycle arrived. Old huts, old trucks, old stories. And for a moment, the bikes are just passing through.
Sanctuary, because they're trying to repopulate it, but it's
As the sun began to drop behind the mountains, we rolled into Mansfield. The first day was behind us. Tomorrow would take us higher into the mountains. The strange thing about multi-day adventure is that every morning feels like the beginning. The bikes are already dirty. The memories from yesterday are still fresh, but the road ahead is completely new. By the second day, everyone had found their rhythm. The bike felt familiar. The group moved effortlessly as one. Each kilometer carried us a little deeper into the high country. The mountains grew taller. The roads became quieter. And for a while, it felt like one of those rare days where everything simply worked.
Careful, you can't see shit when it starts crossing the line, it's so bad. The glare. It's easier than yesterday.
Adventures rarely unfold exactly the way you planned it. As we made our way towards Mount Buller, we were met with a closed track. With our original route no longer an option, we did what adventure riders have always done: adapt. The sealed road was only a temporary interruption. Reached the top of Mount Buller, and for a moment the kilometers disappeared. All that was left was the view. Up here, the road is no longer about where it takes you. It's about where it lets you see. Mountains in every direction, and a reminder of just how small we are amongst them. From there, the route turned north, following the mountain passes deeper into the high country, further from the roads we knew, and closer to the places we came here to find. Adventure rides usually have a rhythm, a lead rider to find the way, a sweep rider to make sure nobody gets left behind. But every now and then, someone has a different job. For Lionel and me, the mission was to capture the story. That meant moving ahead, waiting in the dust, and occasionally turning the ride into a moving film set.
Someone pick that up?
What's that?
Someone pick this up?
No, that was Bruce. That's the other one.
Ah, that's the other
It's been
one.
in his pocket the whole time. Yeah. I'll lead us to the Goldie Spur track, and then you can take over and you just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Testing. Yeah, it works.
the late afternoon, the high country had changed character. The flowy ridgeline and open tracks of the morning were behind us. Golden Spur was a different kind of challenge. The track was rough, but it still had rhythm, a rhythm you had to find. Rocky section tested your line choice. Loose climb tested your momentum. The terrain constantly changing beneath the tires. One moment requiring precision, the next allowing the bike to open up and flow. Reminding you of something, no matter how much experience you have, no matter how confident you feel, the terrain is always in charge. Because out here, things can change quickly. One moment, everything is flowing perfectly. The next, you're standing beside your bike, watching gravity trying to finish the ride without you.
I came off the bike down there. Oh, we're in trouble.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I got thrown over the bars.
You went over?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine. I got thrown over the bars.
Nothing you grip up here.
Hold on to him.
One more.
Can't lose the old bloke.
No, you're up there. You can probably do it up here. Yeah. That's much better.
1, 2, 3.
Right, kick on. Yep.
We've got to get the back up. Just hang on for 1 second.
Yeah, we've got one more and then we'll do it.
Pull it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull that way.
2, 3.
Wow.
I got him.
With the bike back on solid ground, and everyone still smiling, there was no reason to let that one moment take away from the journey. The mountains still had a lot to show us, and I still had a short list to finish.
I was waiting for that.
So we dusted ourselves off and kept moving. As we continued towards Bright, the mountains started to open up around us. The dust, the climbs, the kilometers behind us were starting to become a blur. But the moments stayed clear, the views, the challenges. The stories that only happen when you spend days exploring the unknown. 2 days behind us, 2 more were waiting. And somewhere beyond the next ridge, the high country still had a lot more to show us. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.